According to reports in Portugal, Arsenal have now turned their attention to Victor Gyokeres away from Benjamin Sesko. Apparently, they are preparing their bid for Victor Gyokeres. If this is true, this means trouble for Man United. And it only means one thing. We are going to have a shootout. Yeah? Yeah? We are going to have a shootout. Walk and live. Bid and Bomba Clark dead. Yeah? Listen, Arsenal, let me cut that. Listen, Arsenal, if you lot think we're scared of you, of going ban for ban for Victor Gyokeres, you have another thing coming. All them Arsenal fans that said you ain't got no aura, yeah? You ain't got no pull because you get man from Wolves and Brentford, yeah? We are going to find out, yeah? We are going to find out now, yeah? We're not afraid of them, yeah? We're not scared, yeah? We're not. Jason Wilcox, draw for them. Draw for it. We're ready to go. Let's have a shootout for it. Because right now, Arsenal are trying to hijack the deal, according to reports. I don't know if it's actually true. I don't know. But if it is, let's have a fair shootout. Quick draw thing. We're not messing. We're not messing. We're not. Arsenal looking to hijack the thing. I thought you lot wanted Benjamin Sesko. I thought it was a Benjamin Sesko thing. But no, there's reports saying that you guys are we're both going to present our bids. Now, really, Arsenal, let's be honest. Let's keep it real here. Football-wise, should be an easy decision. Should be a very, very easy decision. If this is true and this is what's going to happen, yeah? The decision should be easy because you've got Champions League football. You're way better than Man United. And you're in London and you got the pull because you're Arsenal. Yeah? You're Arsenal. And for the footballing project, let's be fair, Gyokeres is ready to challenge now. He's done his building up. He's done earning his stripes. He's been at Swansea, Brighton, Coventry, and he's smashed it and taken his time at Sporting, become one of the best strikers in Europe. And now he's ready to go and challenge. And Arsenal, in all honesty, all jokes aside, unless there's a catastrophe, you man are ready to challenge for the league. And you need a player like him. You know, in the Sesko Gyokeres situation, I've always felt, you know, away from my Man United vibe, that, you know, Gyokeres is the one who can come in and hit the ground running now. Sesko is more exciting and one for the future and probably need a bit more time, even though he's very good. So it'll be music. I think it should be music to your ears that you're trying to get Victor Gyokeres, top player. And, you know, according to reports, we don't know how true this is. This is Portuguese outlets. You know, the project of Arsenal is attractive to him, which obviously it is. And it should be. And, you know, if he's thinking purely about trying to achieve greatness quicker, you would go to Arsenal in that sense. But let me tell you this. Yeah. You better watch out because we are come for you. Yeah. Because Man United, why would he choose Man United over Arsenal? I know you guys will probably say just money. That's the first thing you're going to say is we're going to offer him more. But let's be honest about what that more looks like. He is one of the top strikers in Europe and he's at a premium. We know what's going on with the president of Sporting, who's talking all this crazy talk saying, I'm not letting him go for 50 plus 10. Definitely not that, but it's not going to be 100 million euros. So we're all in the dark about the price. But in terms of what we have to pay Victor Gyokeres, he's going to be a premium. He's going to be over 200k wages. Do you know what I mean? He has to be. But last time I checked, isn't Kai Havertz on like 300 and something? You know, obviously Saka, rightly so, is on over 200 and something. Rice is on big P's. You got players on big P's, Arsenal. And if you sign Victor Gyokeres, you'd have to put him on like what, 220, 250? Per se. That's what's going to be realistic for somebody who scores as many goals as he does. It's realistic for him to ask for that at 27 years of age, ready to go. Got a lorry load of goals on his CV. So it's not going to be much difference. I mean, Man United, we're not going to, in the position that we're in, we're not really going to be able to afford like 300 and 320. I think that would be beyond us. But you have got serious money, Arsenal fans, to be able to slap down on a striker. So in terms of he'll only go to us because of money, I don't think it's just that. I think it's bigger than that. Also, the Ruben Amorim effect. Let's be real. He helped make this guy. You know, in that season and the bit he had with him at Sporting, You know, he decided to go after him from Coventry. I think they bought him for the best part of like 24, 25 million. And look what he's become. He's got a very good relationship with Ruben Amorim, and of course the system. The system is already there. The style of play is already there. The demand from the coach is already there. And I will say this as well. You guys might not want to hear it, but you'll have to consider that it's also Man United. There's no other way. I've seen a few Arsenal fans sort of saying, they're getting Koeman and Boomer, man. We'd have them. Shout out Curtis and shout out Cecil. I've seen them. I've seen you guys say it, because us being Man United does count for something. Even though we're 15th, it does. And I think when we take our tribalism out of it, I think you guys deep down know that. I'm not using it as a stick to beat you with and say, you're just little old Arsenal. You can't compete with us. But of course you can. That's why I'm jokingly saying, let's have a shootout. It's fair game. You know what I mean? It's the manager who's been with him this season and last and half of the season and helped make him into what he is now. And the club that's trying to be on the up again with the allure of the badge of Man United versus the team that's finished second, third, is knocking on the door for big things, and they just need the cherry on top, the sprinkles on top. You know what I'm saying? The hundreds of thousands when on top of the cake when it's finished baking, because Arsenal are nearly there. You need these are the types of players that will push you from the Champions League semi-final to the final. These are the players that will take you from second to first. These types of players. And he can be the missing piece. And that's very attractive at a massive club like Arsenal. So on one hand, I'm like, this is a saga that I just don't need. Don't want to see it, you know. But on the other hand, it is kind of exciting. Let's see who prevails. If this is even it. I mean, like I said, I'll go back to the start of the video. Like, we don't know how true this is. Do you know what I mean? We don't know. We don't really know how true this is in terms of, are Arsenal, is that the agents saying this, to try and hurry things up? Are Arsenal really going to turn their attentions away from Benjamin Sesko after going after him this long? There are some reports that the price is just inflating too high. So we'll have to wait and see how this goes, man. I think it's going to be really interesting to see A, who he picks, or B, if Arsenal are even going to pivot from Sesko, because it looked like to me that Arteta's waited for him. He's waited for Sesko. You tried to get him last year. He stayed at Leipzig. He signed a new deal. But at the same time, what's his name? Andrea Beretta is your new transfer guy. If there's too much being done from RB Leipzig and he's longing you out, maybe he's ruthless. Maybe he's like, all right, we'll just pivot to Gyokeres. They've always liked him. So let's see how this turns out. But I will tell you this: bid if you're bad. Yeah. Bid if you're bad, and let's have it. Whoever loses. You just have to hold it. I don't want to hear it's because you paid more money or whatever. And if you get him, I'm not going to do that whole salty thing. It is what it is. It's just a bit of fun. You know what I'm saying? Why not? It's the off season. It's the transfer season. So let's see how it goes. Arsenal fans, let me know. Do you like this news? Are you preferring the fact that you're going for potentially Victor Gyokeres instead of Benjamin Sesko? Is this bad news for you? Would you prefer the younger player with more mileage with less mileage in the tank, but a bigger future ahead of him? Does it worry you going up against Man United, or is that small fry? Is it easy going up against this Man United 15th in the league? No European football, dead on their feet. Should be an easy win for you. Let me know what you guys are saying. I'm out of it. Peace.